Go.
Fair to say you simply flooded the system with money.
Yes, we did. That's another way to think about it. We did.
Where does it come from? Do you just print it?
We print it digitally. So we, as a central bank, we have the ability to create money. That actually increases the money supply. We also print actual currency, and we distribute that through the Federal Reserve banks.
This is it. It is over. This is what the end looks like.
So that I think that the internet is going to be one of the major forces for reducing the role of government.
Something called Bitcoin.
Brother, can you spare a Bitcoin?
Bitcoin.
Doge.
You heard him a few weeks ago. Now everybody's
Dogecoin.
talking about him.
The one thing that's missing, but that will soon be developed, is a reliable e-cash.
Right.
A method whereby on the internet you can transfer funds from A to B without A knowing B or B knowing A.
And this is the biggest story.
He's talking about Dogecoin. Back for another day to talk about the true king of cryptocurrencies, Dogecoin. That's at least by the numbers this week. Peter Schiff says Dogecoin is the new Bitcoin. Dogecoin obviously has taken over the market. Did you get Dogecoin? You could have. If you listen to this show, I somewhat halfway seriously talked about getting Dogecoin. Somehow I still have some. So we got to participate in the gains this week. It's been a big week in cryptocurrency. Holy crap. So this is my Week in Crypto show. I do the show after I put out my Week in Crypto newsletter, which you can sign up for by following a link underneath this video here on YouTube, where we talk about cryptocurrency mostly. So wanted to get everybody up to speed with the market. We had a huge crash. I mean, it was huge. People said I should get on and so that people can cope with the crash. And it was brutal last night. So I was I had a whole different newsletter planned than what ended up coming out because of the crash. So I hope everybody's okay. I hope nobody sold anything, really, hopefully. And if you're really, a crypto OG, you were buying. Although, I never understand people are able to buy the dip because I'm always all in, I don't wait. If I have a chance to buy, usually the right time to buy Bitcoin, as they say, is right now. But particularly, maybe right now. So it's up to you. This isn't financial advice. This is just a show on YouTube. It's kind of a joke, just entertainment and stuff. Half LARP, half serious. It's like an investing show, but for retards. Oh, you can't use that word. This is supposed to be a politically correct version of the show. We use that word the way they use it on Wall Street Bets. It just means that you'd like to make money somehow by acting retarded or whatever. I don't know what to say. They can cancel me. It doesn't matter. So that's what this show is all about. I am on a mission to tell people about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It turns out it's not just about Bitcoin. So you can take advantage of that. I do like crypto consulting for people, and you might want to take advantage of that. Buy a donation of your choice, your first session with me, if you'd like to, at bitcoinmissionary.com. You can go there and sign up. And totally, I like talking to you. Even if you don't give me anything, I still like talking about cryptocurrency, and sometimes I get ideas from people I talk to, actually, that sometimes are profitable. Sometimes we share ideas. Sometimes we talk about, vaccines. Sometimes we talk about whatever. You can make an appointment with me if you want, bitcoinmissionary.com. And also, we are sponsored, and we still have a sale going on at our t-shirt shop, which has more than just crypto t-shirts, but it has some cryptocurrency t-shirts included. You can check that out by going to truthclothing.io. That's Truth Revolution Clothing. And if you want to check out the sale, just go to sale and then mega sale. And we have a bunch of stuff that's really cheap, considering what it is. And that's just because we ordered it, we stock it, and we decide what price we want to sell it for. It's not Teespring. These are shirts that were actually printed here in the United States of America, designed by us. and stocked and then shipped right out of the house here. So check it out, truthclothing.io. We have really great stuff. And the Fed, decentralized, lift the veil, truth matters. Check it out, truthclothing.io, and we have free shipping on orders over $50 and more Bitcoin shirts coming soon. So there was a huge crash. It was crazy. Bitcoin went down to like $50,000. And there were lots of different reasons blamed for it. And thank you, Pirate Justin on DLive, who says he just bought the F out of the dip. That's good. That's good. Thank you for the diamond, Pirate Justin. Buy the F out of that dip. Lots of different reasons, 3 different reasons being blamed on the drop in cryptocurrency, and I can't tell you what's what. I can tell you what they're saying. First of all, last night, stuff really crashed. After having a pretty big week, and especially in terms of alternatives to Bitcoin, altcoins had a big week. Anyway, this story came out last night. It was reported from a few different places. This is an investing.com tweet that says U.S. Treasury to charge several financial institutions for money laundering using cryptocurrencies. Sources, it says, sources say. And then there's a picture of very cute Janet Yellen. I mean, what could that old lady possibly do to you to hurt you? So that was that was the news that came out. That's what I first heard. Why is it crashing? You know, what happened? This was apparently what people were saying at first. People were saying it to me. Oh, it was because of this. Because the U.S. Treasury is charging financial institutions for money laundering. Okay, so that's one explanation. We don't know if it's true. If it is true, does it really affect the value of Bitcoin or Litecoin or any of these other cryptocurrencies? No. If it is true and they crack down on financial exchanges, does that really matter? Is that going to make the price of Bitcoin go down? No. Not historically speaking. So far, crackdowns haven't negatively impacted the price of Bitcoin over the long term, sometimes over the short term. So that's one possibility. And we'll find out more about that story. Maybe we'll find out more about it tomorrow. We'll see. Another story, and this is the one favored by CoinMarketCap and their research department, is that there was a blackout in China, in Xinjiang province, and that it shut down 45% of Bitcoin mining. It caused a hash rate correction. The Bitcoin hash rate apparently went down over 45%. So if this isn't the reason, it is something that the hash rate went down almost 50% because of a blackout in one region in China. And yes, it does raise some questions about the centralized mining of Bitcoin and whether the United States might want to do a lot more Bitcoin mining. In any case, the power came back on. The hash rate is back up. So if this was the problem, even though it kind of signifies, yes, probably there's too much mining going on in this one region in China, and that maybe should be something that we address over time. Even so, the power's back on. Bitcoin continued creating new blocks. And here we are on the other side of it. Power's up, hash rate's up. So what's the deal? Why isn't Bitcoin? Bitcoin might as well go back up. So if that's the story, then, another reason that Bitcoin might as well just go back up from here along with everything else. Well, I don't know. I'm always optimistic. But that's apparently not even the reason why it went down. Apparently, this is what I'm hearing late, since sending my newsletter actually, I'm hearing that this is the real reason. This is from FX Hedge. This is from an hour ago. And I don't know, it's uncorroborated, but it says sell-off in Bitcoin on Saturday night was done by a Chinese crypto whale through crypto exchange Binance, and 9,000 Bitcoins were sold. So this is a totally different story And I'm curious what's what, 9,000 Bitcoins. I can't do the math. It's a lot. And apparently was enough to just drive the market. I don't know if he just put in a market sell order for 9 million Bitcoins on Binance. Don't know about that either. But that's supposedly the story now. That's the latest, most up-to-date story from what people are telling me in my Discord. I don't know what's what. The power outage sounds like something in and of itself. The other story is something. And then this story on top of it, maybe this is the real reason it was a sell-off. Either way, one way, the other way, or the other way, I don't see it as negative long-term for Bitcoin. Just because one guy sold some, or because the power went out, or because they're looking into some possibly sources say money laundering. Don't know. I don't see it really as all that negative, and it looks like a great buying opportunity. And in fact, Bitcoin has made up, a lot of, it went down to almost 50,000. It's back at almost 57,000 now, and kind of seems to be taking the stairs back up to where it belongs. And some of the other coins are coming back even better. Chainlink in particular is doing well. Dogecoin was barely even affected by the market crash and is just performing incredibly well, considering it's supposedly supposed to be a joke and everybody was going to sell it and how much it was up this week. It's up over 300% this week. So that's a good time to just segue into Dogecoin. So that was the reason for the crash. I mean, hopefully you held on. I mean, it's a lesson. It's scary when the market crashes like that. Hopefully you learn to hold, and if you learn to hold, you learn and then you're rewarded for it. Typically the way it works in cryptocurrency over time so far is that you keep holding even when there are severe corrections, and eventually you'll be rewarded with a higher price. And that's true of lots of different currencies at the moment. But that so far in our journey through cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, selling would have been a mistake. And this sell-off, some people who had just gotten crypto, somebody had just gotten into crypto was concerned. Last night was talking to me about it. I just said, oh, this is nothing. This happens all the time. It does. It is kind of crazy, though. So if you're getting used to it, that's cool. And, now you know. Now you know what it's like. Now you know what it's like to have diamond hands. And you got to have diamond hands when stuff goes down. So that's the news about the crash. The recovery is going pretty well. We'll see if it continues. I'm always optimistic. So, I mean, don't take my word on anything. But I think the market will come back. I wrote in the newsletter about my last newsletter and the coins that were doing well this week, because I was excited that the coins mentioned in last week's newsletter all had a pretty good week. That is until the crash. But still, even with the crash, it was pretty impressive, considering it's not a newsletter about picking stocks or anything. I just am trying to identify trends. That's what I'm really into, is trends. And I'm interested in the trend toward coins that are better than Bitcoin. And so far, Bitcoin has held up really well against all of its competitors, but the trend is for Bitcoin dominance to go down. And so if you're not trying to fight the trend and you're thinking about other things, then the trend right now is towards alternatives to Bitcoin. Now, if the market goes down like it did, you'll notice that Bitcoin goes down a lot less. Bitcoin was down 10%. Some of the other coins were down 20%. I mean, Bitcoin almost made it down 20% itself. But compared to some of the other coins, they went down even further. And they've recovered, a lot of them. A lot of them have recovered faster too. That's just the way it goes. But Bitcoin, is like gold in your portfolio. It's to preserve value. Now, these other things, a little more risky, and at the moment, the trend is for the other things to do really well. So you saw Dogecoin. So I mentioned 4 alternatives to Bitcoin that are better than Bitcoin, like at being money. And that was Litecoin, Dogecoin, Pirate Chain, and Monero last week in my newsletter, if you got it. And all of those coins were doing spectacularly well. And 2 of them still did really well. Pirate Chain, which is just killing it. And Dogecoin had a huge week too. And so, like I said, even though my newsletter isn't about picking stocks or anything, I was excited that the first week out, that what I happened to mention ended up performing. That could be just good luck. And a lot of people did really well in the market, picking all kinds of different things. And Bitcoin Cash was doing even better than Litecoin, but that still proves the thesis that it's these alternatives to Bitcoin that do Bitcoin better. We'll see if the trend lasts. It's a trend for now. And then the other, and because I'm into trends. I like investing in things that are trends. Like I was into NFTs real early and stuff like that. The current trend, I can't say the next trend because it's going on, is dog coins. And dog coins, don't laugh, are hot right now. Dog coins, don't laugh. No, seriously, people are making thousands of % on other coins that are meme coins based on dogs, and they're rapidly proliferating. Now, investing in these kinds of things is actually crazy, and you definitely can lose all your money. But since I am into trends, and I saw the Dogecoin trend and how it seems to continue to have legs, I think it's possible these crazy dog coins that are community based, that are based on people tweeting out stuff about them, and just based on people buying it because the price goes up because they're cheap. I don't know. I could theoretically see this thing continuing, and I think if you're interested in that kind of thing, some people who are into cryptocurrency, some people, when I talk to them in my consultations and stuff, some people just really want to gamble. And that's kind of what, if you really want to gamble and you don't mind losing all your money, because believe me, you can lose all your money. Believe me. When you go to sell, you might not be able to. I mean, that's how serious it is. So I'm not putting my reputation on the line or anything, telling you to buy Akita or whatever, and it should just be a gamble. But I don't know. I mean, call me crazy. I think this is a market full of, for lack of a better, people who are buying things for no good reason. And if you're buying Akita, Inu, or Shiba Inu, you're buying it for kind of no good reason except that, you're a little nuts and you think the market's a little nuts and it's kind of the end of the world. And so at the end, this is my thing. It is kind of like the economic apocalypse. I mean, Dogecoin, a coin that's supposed to be a joke, it's worth almost $50 billion. I would have never thought that was possible. So since we saw that, and since Dogecoin has made a case for meme coins based on dogs that just go to the moon, well, why not Akita Inu? Why not Shiba Inu? Why not any number of other coins? Husky, Poodle, there are all kinds of them. But if you're interested in taking a gamble with me, actually, because I took my gambling money, which is a very small amount compared to the rest of my portfolio, and I got some Akita. I'm willing to disclose that, like at the current price too. So I'm bullish on it. I'm feeling crazy. I like investments where you can lose all your money because sometimes there are massive gains from that. It might be way too late to get in on these. It might be too late. I might be wrong. But anyway, it could go to the moon. Right now, That is the price. This is what they've done, is they've created these tokens with ridiculous circulating supplies or maximum supplies. This one is 100 trillion coins, which are currently priced at 0.0000111 cents. That's Akita Inu, and then Shiba Inu. And what are the gains? I mean, it's up 5,000% this week. So this is why things are kind of crazy. It's up 5,000% this week. Could it go up for? I mean, so you might think, oh boy, can't go up any higher than that. Well, I don't know. After seeing Dogecoin, I don't want to write anything off. That's Akita Inu. You can get that on Uniswap. It's not that easy. It's not really for crypto newbies. This information really isn't for crypto noobs. And it's probably not for boomers either, because you have to get MetaMask and you have to go to Uniswap. You might not be comfortable doing that. But this is the other coin, Shiba Inu, which is up 1,600%. And just, it looks great. Looks great, Shiba Inu. The chart looks really nice. So I don't know. You know, if you're looking to, like I said, try a gamble on something in a crazy market, the next Dogecoin could be your thing. Anyway, don't risk too much. You can lose it all for sure, and it could just go to zero and make me look stupid. But I put it in my newsletter anyway, because now that I have a newsletter and a crypto show, I can just talk about stuff like this, and it's socially acceptable. So once again, don't make any financial decisions with anything you heard on YouTube. Do things because you believe in them. And then do things because they're fun. You know, if you like to have fun. But that's it. Don't do it if it's too stressful. Don't do crypto if it's too stressful. But if you can handle it, it's kind of fun. And there's potential out there, as you can see, for massive, ridiculous, stupid, for lack of a better word, retarded gains. So I don't want you to miss out on that possibility just because I didn't tell you it was possible. That's all. So that's what we're doing here at the show. Just giving you possibilities for what you could do and maybe make money. So if you're interested in that stuff, it is weird. You can find videos for how to get MetaMask and how to get on Uniswap. That's what you'd have to do to get Shiba Inu or Akita Inu. But you can find videos on it. Or you can set up an appointment with me and we can talk about it. You know, and you can decide if it's for you. But thought I'd tell you about it. I'm really excited. I am. I'm really excited. I think they're going to go to the moon. But, you know, I also know that I get excited about things and sometimes I'm wrong. So you have to be aware of that too. But I'm excited. Why not? Next Dogecoin? Sure. Exciting. Fractions of a cent. Billions of coins. You for not much, can have hundreds of millions of these coins. What's the point? I don't know. But we're in a crazy market. We are in the end times. And I want to invest kind of that way with some of the side money, while having most everything very comfortably and safe, boomer-friendly things like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Chainlink, Aave, you know, lots of boomer-friendly, easy to live with cryptocurrencies that also should see massive gains. So I think that's what I have to talk about here on YouTube. I was going to take phone calls, and I could see if we have enough people tuned in. I was going to take phone calls on YouTube. Let me go ahead and try that, because that is something that makes the show different. We'll go ahead and take, if anybody wants to call in, if you have anything else you want to pump, because there are other coins out there too. SafeMoon, and, you know, I don't want you guys to miss out on ridiculous gains, if ridiculous gains are possible. And I think we're in the part of the market where ridiculous gains are kind of possible and kind of happening. I mean, it just happened in Dogecoin. So 650-429-8294. If you want to call in, give your opinion, you can pitch whatever shitcoin you want. I love ideas. Why not? Maybe you'll convince me to buy something. 650 Gay Taxi is the number. 650-429-8294. Don't ask. Stupid. 650-429-8294. You can call in. Let's see if the phone works. Let's see. We do the show live on YouTube, not knowing what might happen next. The other show, the news show, happens on DLive, dlive.tv/lifttheveil. Got a big show coming up tomorrow night. Monday night, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. You can catch it live on dlive.tv/lifttheveil or on replay on the website, lifttheveil411.com. Oh, I might have. Let's see. We can stick with it. Let me check the chat. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. Thanks for watching the show on YouTube. We're just building up this channel again. We're getting people into cryptocurrency. Sergio Estevez says Shiba is on Hotbit. I think he's a fan. Richie Bo says, yes, SafeMoon. Somebody tell me how to buy SafeMoon, because they said I have to buy it on PancakeSwap. I haven't even worked over to PancakeSwap. Yes, SafeMoon is what's hot. It's been trending on Twitter. So make sure to check that out. People are talking about Sia coin. All right, that's another one to look into. These are risky. A lot more risky than dealing with Bitcoin or Litecoin or something like that. 650-429-8294 if you want to call in. I'll just read the chat, and then we'll go over to DLive and see if we get any phone calls there. I'm going to give it a second. Thanks, everybody, for tuning into this show. Thanks for trying to help build this channel. We're working on it. Total reboot. Make sure to click on my link if you want to sign up for the newsletter. Make sure to visit our sponsors, etc. I'm going to give it a countdown, and then we'll have to go over to DLive with no phone calls. I knew I should have tried it differently. Well, you'll see one of these days in the future, it's going to be hard to call in to LTV Crypto. But we're working on it. So let me go ahead and go over to DLive for a sec. We'll see if anybody calls in there. DLive.tv/lifttheveil. Commune with those people. And thanks, everybody, for tuning in on YouTube. I appreciate you for now and for Sunday night. And you guys have a great, productive, and very profitable week. That is what it is.